Yeah, hi. All right, so let's talk about this. So again, I was at the Raw at Madison Square Garden show for the first time in my life, first time as a wrestling fan to be at a WWE show. Since I waited for after just basically my entire life, I had the time finally to go to the show. And apparently that was the first show Triple H was in charge of creative. So this is why I'm talking about this. So apparently, the big news is Triple H is in charge of creative for WWE. Bruce Pritchard's no longer the head creator. Apparently, he's still in charge of creative, but he's not like the head creator as Triple H. So Triple H is not the head of creative for WWE. Here's the problem, or here's my listen. I love Triple H. I think Triple H is a great wrestler. I respect him as a person. But here's my problem. I actually recorded a video. I had a video backup to upload in the future. I said in the video that the WWE will not change for the better. It would probably be the same show, or if not even worse, even if Triple H. The reason I say this is because Triple H, the problem with Triple H is that when he was running NXT, my problem was that he was catering to the smarky wrestling fans. He was catering to the indie fans, and that's a problem, okay? Because, I'm sorry, the way he was booking NXT was not how you appeal to a mainstream audience. It's not how you appeal to not just casuals, but also, like, regular wrestling fans. I'm sorry, no actual wrestling fan, except if you're a smarky wrestling fan, and apparently are a bunch of match marks, they don't care about indie wrestlers or indie midgets. They don't care about She-Hulk women. They don't care about unattractive women. They don't want to see wrestlers who don't look and act like wrestlers, who have no character, and especially when it's just wrestling matches. When it's just listen, I'm not saying wrestling should not happen on a wrestling show. Of course, it's a wrestling show, but you gotta make those matches matter, like Cobra Kai. Or a TV show, an action TV show. This is supposed to be an action TV show, but it's not supposed to be 24/7 action. It's supposed to also have characters, storylines, confrontation, build up to the fucking fights, the matches, like a TV show. Unfortunately, in NXT, a lot of these shows were just for match marks, just to appeal to Dave Meltzer and all these weird smarky wrestling fans. There's no character, there was barely any character development, any stories. But the only times they even try that, it's not even good. And they're like, it's like also with wrestlers who no one gives a fuck about. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Adam Cole. I'm not a fan of all these indie midgets, all these vanilla midgets. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of them. Okay, I'm not. If that's a problem, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sorry, it doesn't draw ratings. I'm all about what makes wrestling good. You need everything, and unfortunately, I think like with Triple H, he's like a match mark, and I did see that a little bit on Raw, even though it was like probably better in person. But again, the show was like still booked as like a house show or whatever, But the show is still good. I'm not complaining. Even though I will say this, and this is what happened on the Raw Madison Square Garden. I will say there was still some logic, and there was like an attempt to try to make things like make sense with the wrestlers who are feuding. So I will give it that. But obviously with people who no one really cares. Again, it won't be much difference, I think. But I will say this. Maybe the reason, and I thought about this. Maybe the reason why Triple H booked NXT the way he did is because it was for the indie smarky wrestling fans, and he knew that nobody watched NXT. He basically wanted to make that like an indie type of show, for that with the indie smarky fans, and that would be something for them. Maybe that was what it is, but I'm sorry, that's not really good, and there's a reason why the show did not get good ratings. But this is because hopefully Triple H realized this. If he is going to be creative, I do think sure he has and I will say this on Raw, there's a bit of logic or whatever. There's a little bit of in way of attempt to try to make things make sense. You know what I mean? But with Triple H, and this is up to him, and he has it. He has to understand. Who the fuck is calling me? some scam call? I don't know. It's probably some scam call. I don't care. Oh man, I gotta do something. Oh my god, let me just fucking sleep. I mean, hello? Yeah, fuck you. Ay, ay, ay. It's probably still working. I don't know. Something wrong with this. Like, I hate the home phone I have. I still have a home phone. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. We're still. I'm trying to do a video. Anyways. Fuck this. Shut up. I'm getting annoyed. I don't know. I have a terrible home phone thing. Stop calling me, please. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. With TripleH. God, I turned this shit off. That fucking. I'm sorry, guys. Hello. Hello. I don't know. There's something wrong with this shit. I'm sorry. What a weird. I gotta take this off. Take this off. Okay, there we go. No distractions right now. Okay. TripleH. What TripleH has to do to make sure that this show, or wrestling, or whatever, the main roster, like to make sure like what works, is that he has to make sure that he has to appeal to the mainstream fan, like what's mainstream. He has to understand that he can't be catering to just the smarky wrestling fans. He has to make sure, he has to have that mentality to make sure to book the show, to advertise for people, not just wrestling fans, but casuals. You have to put the casuals, you have to care about the casuals. You have to care about your old wrestling fans who stopped watching, but you want to bring them back to make them fans again. And make new, that's why you can have kids become fans too, their kids, people. Again, it's a generational thing. You gotta do all that kind of stuff, right? And that's what TripleH has to do as a creative guy. And I do hope that, because I like TripleH. What TripleH has to do, he has to understand that he needs to cater to every audience and know that how to book a show. That's, if anything, I do hope with TripleH he books the show like how it was back in the old. Because it doesn't make sense to me. Because like with TripleH, this guy was part of the Attitude Era. This guy was part of the Rules Aggression Era. Yet he caters to the fucking fans of Sparky wrestling fans, and apparently he doesn't want the women to be attractive. Like he doesn't care. Like I'm sorry, like the women, and apparently a lot of people have a problem with Kevin Dunn. Like he doesn't think Becky Lynch is attractive. I'm sorry, Becky Lynch is not really that attractive. Okay, and is he wrong about Becky Lynch's voice? I mean, look at Becky Lynch now. She's not good. Like, she's like worse than, she has shorter hair now, and plus she looks like a retard. And I'm sorry, she can't get good promos. It's the truth. I'm sorry, but then why does that matter? Women's wrestling it shouldn't be a bunch of hot. I mean, why do people care about women? Did you guys not understand that Sable was one of the biggest draws in wrestling, and she wasn't even a good wrestler? Who fucking cares? No one cares about this goddamn wrestling. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, okay, so let's make this also a double video. So let's talk about the Kevin Dunn heat. People hate Kevin Dunn, want him gone. Do you not understand? Listen, you have to understand, Kevin Dunn is not part of WWE Creative. He's part of the producer of television. I don't know why people don't like him. Apparently they don't, because they think that TripleH doesn't like him or whatever. Maybe that be true. Apparently it's only because like Kevin Dunn, he's a Vince guy, and he's like in charge of making sure that, you know, whatever. Like he's a television producer. Television producer makes sure that things goes as planned and as on time. Okay? He's a producer of TV. People think that he's part of creative. That is a bunch of bullshit. Vince Russo said himself that Kevin Dunn was a producer of television, making sure that the TV looks good, making sure pyro goes off. So if people say that hate on Kevin Dunn, do you not understand that Kevin Dunn is the reason why pyro looks good? Why, if Kevin Dunn, like, we could probably deal with a bullshit that, oh, the same bullshit with AEW's explosion barbed wire bullshit. come on, like, stop with the hate for Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn gets unnecessary hate, okay? And people want him gone. Apparently, they're gonna kick him out because, like, and all the people are... Listen, as long as you're good, it shouldn't matter, like, even if you're a Vince guy, okay? Kevin Dunn's apparently, again, one of the reasons why, making sure the shows look good, like HD, whatever. And it's not a problem, from my opinion. Even though, like, apparently the shaky cams or whatever, but I don't think I've been seeing that much a lot of times. I don't know, I think it was, like, a problem early PG, because apparently the PG era, like, that's when they were trying to do that, but I don't see that much anymore, I think. I don't know, just, like, from what I've seen, but people hating Kevin Dunn is fucking ridiculous, I think. Because I think, like, a lot of people don't know what to talk about. They're just saying that because it's the smart thing to say. And again, the smart thing to say is people think that TripleH would be a great booker, even though, if anything, he might most likely be the same booker as Vince, or if not even worse, because if he cares to the Smarky fans. So again, listen, I love Triple H, but for Triple H, he needs to know that you have to cater to not just the Smarky fans. You have to cater to the overall audience. It's not a problem having, honestly, okay, look at this whole women's bullshit. With women's wrestling, and I don't get, like, well, didn't Triple H used to, apparently because, you know, he has daughters and, you know, his wife is, like, kind of feminist and whatever, and, you know, Stephanie's in charge more. That's kind of probably her more, too, like, they're not going to portray the women as sexy. I'm sorry, but sex sells. And Triple H, I know, knows that for sure. But apparently Triple H, he's into She-Hulk women. Like, he dated China. Okay, apparently Triple H has a thing for She-Hulky women, which I think that's probably the problem why a lot of these She-Hulky women are showcased. You need to Triple H needs to understand that sex sells, and you gotta try to appeal to the casuals and not just smarky wrestling fans or the hardcore fans. I'm sorry, I'm a hardcore fan, but I'm not a smark. You know what I mean? But apparently, you know, oh, I'm a casual because I like casual things or whatever. I'm not a smark. That's why. I don't like indie 45-minute rest hold fucking flippily-flopping matches with no stories and characters. You can't just be a match mark. Triple H, no, you can't be just a match mark. You need to book your show like a TV show. Because, like it or not, people, wrestling is a TV show. You need to book yes, matches. You're supposed to have matches. But it's gotta be like a TV show. Look at Cobra Kai. Does that mean that Cobra Kai has to be always a karate match every fucking segment? No. You need also characters and stories. You need fucking progression. You need, like, confrontations to lead to those matches. And build them up and whatever. So you can't just be a match mark. You gotta be good. You gotta cater to the overall audience. Try to be what made you famous in the first place. Something similar to it. I hope, like, what I hope with WWE is that they go back to how it was used to be more old school, but definitely in a modern way, you know, it could work in modern ways or whatever. Obviously, don't be woke. Don't be SJW. Don't be fucking trying to appeal to cucks and faggots or SJWs, and don't appeal to fucking... Come on, Triple H, you're a conservative, supposedly. You work at fucking the White House with Trump. Come on, man. You know what's good. And it kind of like, it's also fucking sad because, like, the way he booked NXT is like it was a bunch of fucking indie bullshit. It's like, why are you doing that, Triple H? That's why I'm hoping maybe that was just him trying to appeal to the, because what I realized is probably for, you know, because it was like NXT, it was a smaller audience type of thing, you know. But you have to understand, if Triple H, you're gonna be creative. You have to cater to the overall audience. You gotta cater to, you gotta have not just matches. You can't just be a match park. Don't try to appeal to the indie fans. Don't appeal to smarks like Meltzer. You're supposed to fucking make them just fucking spew out bullshit because they're bullshit. You're not supposed to give them what they want. You gotta make sure you fucking don't appeal to them. You gotta appeal to the actual fucking your fan, and also fucking be a good. You gotta try to make yourself a good TV show. You can't just be match marks. It's not a problem having a short match here and then you could have a match like matches that like have a story. Sure, they could be longer than whatever, but like match gotta have some certain time limits. Maybe the main event can have a slightly longer match. You gotta have time limits for these matches. You can't just be a match mark. You gotta also have characters, storylines, build up. Things that what made the Attitude work. Yeah, let's have a good writing, logic, whatever. This is why. Think of like what would Vince Russo would do. What would fucking people who were in charge of Raw during Ruthless Aggression era and SmackDown as well, like Brian Gertzy, whatever, and Paul Heyman, whatever. What they would do, what you would do back in the day, and not just that. Not just that. Also, it's not a problem having women who look good and could do both. Why not have both? If you're gonna have, like, sure, honestly, I'm all for, like, why not? You should hire women, sure, if they can wrestle, fine. But it's not a problem if the women, like, you could train those women to be, like, you know, wrestlers, whatever. Because again, Trish Stratus was a model, but then became a wrestler. It could be done if they want to. Look at Mandy Rose. She fucking improved so much. You should have women who both look good and do hot things, and or wrestle, but like if they're willing to do hot shit, let them do hot shit. Have appeal to both for like people who like the women wrestling, like, you know, I've seen their bodies, but also like them doing good shit, whatever. Obviously not a problem if they want to do some calf fights or whatever, but maybe they could do both, make it like real and interesting, because there are women that do calf fights, okay? But they also wrestle. But if they want to do hot shit, let them do hot shit. It's not a problem having both for women. Why not appeal to fucking people? Let them do hot shit. Why not do the bra and panties matches they want? Apparently Morgan, she likes that shit, okay? It's not, or fucking Mandy Rose, I don't know. Let them do hot shit. It's not a problem having the women do hot shit. And not just that, have wrestlers that look like wrestlers and have wrestlers that act like wrestlers. Be believable. You think it's believable having fucking Stone Cold and Dean Malenko have a long match, and Dean Malenko, is almost beating Austin? No. You gotta have matches that make sense and logic. You can't just have a shorter guy and a bigger guy having a competitive match. You gotta have things that work. What's believable, okay? With Rey Mysterio is a different story because people actually liked him and he actually did cool shit and someone made sense, you know? Like he found ways to beat up those big guys. You got things that make sense, you know? So yeah, that's why I would say I do think I will give Triple H a chance. I think because again I like Triple H. I want this. I don't want to hate him. I will admit, like, yeah, I don't like what he did with NXT, but I'm giving him a chance. And I think like after with Raw there was a little logic. Maybe he does have a little logic and like he understands that, you know, you gotta push the mainstream audience or whatever. But I'm giving a chance. Like hopefully, I will give, like, if these people are saying like, you know, this guy is so fucking good. Let's see what happens. Because what I've seen, though, the only thing people said he was good because of the takeovers. What about the regular NXT shows during that time when Triple H was running? People didn't give a shit so seriously of NXT. And again, a lot of these people, they play like, so, my God, I love Black and Gold. If you guys really like Black and Gold, why do you stop watching and watch AEW? If you guys really love Black and Gold so much. I think it's like you guys jump on a new toy, but because, you know, it's... Oh, McMahon apparently took charge of NXT when Triple H got a heart attack or whatever. Fuck McMahon. It's always like anti-McMahon shit. I will give it a chance, but I do hope Triple H doesn't just appeal to Sparky fans and actually understands that you gotta appeal and be good and appeal to the mainstream audience and be legit good. Just be a good wrestling TV show like back in the day. You gotta be like what it is back in the day, but obviously modern. That's what I say, people, and fuck the hate for Kevin Dunn, and fuck Smarks. That's what I say, people. Till next time, peace, yeah, bye. Triple H, don't fuck this up, and don't care to the Smarks.